world. How the heck are you? It's been a while. I don't know about you, but the way things are in the world right now and what we've all been through the last couple of years, I woke up this morning and I just decided I need to get outside. I need to get outside. I need to get to a beach. I need to have some mindfulness time. So I had to take the child along to her placement at the hospital. Those of you that have watched this channel for a while will know that this is a regular occurrence for Mum, but the taxi service has delivered the child. It's, I don't know, 8:30 or something in the morning. It's a beautiful day and I decided to go someplace I've never been before. Just along from Inverness on the road to Nairn. I found a way to get down to the coast. I've never been down here before. It's absolutely stunning. I'm just gonna have a little walk around. Unfortunately the tide is coming in, didn't time it very well, but have a look around. I'm seeing some stuff on the ground that means that this should be an interesting place to detect, but let me just show you where we are. So, where we are. Okay, that's Inverness. That's the Keswick Bridge. We have detected underneath that on both sides. Cally Stadium there, Inverness Cally Thistle football team. We have Kilmuir. We have Munlucky Bay. We have Och, Vartrose. And that sticky out point of land down there is Ardusir, where the military base is from 1745, which is being decommissioned soon, as I understand it. The tide is coming in, despite the way that the water looks. That is just the wind coming from the west and blowing the top of the water, but underneath the water is coming in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little looky around here and I'm going to show you what's on the ground. So as I was getting the detector set up here, I started noticing what there is to see. So we have some Victorian tile here. That's not particularly interesting. Some quite thick glass, Victorian. Bit of marine iron of some description. What else did I see? There's a bottle. Of a bottle. Is that an applied lip? That is an applied lip, so we're talking back into the 1800s for that, because that has been stuck on after the bottle has been produced. It is not not manufactured with the top of the bottle on it. I don't know if this is... No, that's the bottom of the bottle. I was thinking it might have been part of a glass battery, but it's not. It's bottom of a bottle. So as you can see, there's some more pottery there. Some pottery up there. I haven't walked down to the shore. There's another bit of glass there. So we are on the tidal flow washing in and out of the Bewley Firth, which is up there. So stuff that's been dumped in Inverness will be pulled back along here and dumped on these shores. And if you remember the South Keswick video that we did, there was an awful lot of stuff on the ground, and a lot of Victorian, some a little bit earlier. There's the bottom of a cream pot there. See that? That would have been a cream pot. Victorian or Georgian. Ooh, poison bottle. Hey, that's cool. So, oh, actually, or is that window glass? No, that's too thick to be a poison bottle. The color's right and the pattern is right, but that's window glass, because that's not, I don't think that's poison bottle being that thick. There's a spark plug. Those of you who are vintage of me will know what spark plug is. The younger ones won't have a clue. It goes in a car where you had fuel injection. Okay, there is a bone. Is it human, as Chig says? No, it is not. It's probably a cow, looking at the size of that one. Ah, okay. We were talking about glass battery bases. There you go. That is from an old glass battery. That's cool. So there's a little sandy patch here. Shall we detect it? Shall we? Don't know. Let's see. Anything else we can see? More glass bottles. More bits of bottle there. Can you see anything else? Where's all coins, huh? Where's all of the big history? Is that some prehistoric stone circle? No, it is not. It is a campfire, which means there might be melted aluminium around here, boo hiss. But it's a little sandy little bit here. That'll be better to detect than this slippery CBD stuff that we can't actually get the coil down properly. I have brought the Simplex. I've brought the Simplex with the big coil on. That's an old bit of a bottle there. And that is a bit of floor mat from a car, I think. Yeah, I've brought the big coil. Probably the SP24 would have been better because it would get the separation we require. There's a bit of plastic. I don't know what that is. What is that? That is another bit of plastic. It's like something goes on like a set of roof rack or something. Anyway, yes, the SP24 for the separation for the iron would have probably been better. But it's in the car and I'm not going back to get it. And I'm afraid you are also going to have to suffer this being made on my phone, because even though I grabbed my lovely GoPro that Gavin bought me when I got out of the car, when I got down here, I got 3 sentences out and the battery died, and the pack of battery that goes with it are all flat too, because I haven't used it in so long. Bad lorry. Anyway, let's go get the detector, let's fire her up, and let's see what's hiding under the sand. Okay folks, so I did tell you wrong on that last video about that bottle top, because it wasn't an applied lip. I noticed when I went and had a look at it, you can see here, hopefully it's in focus, there is a seam there, which tells us that bottle was produced all in a oneer. It is old, see it's thick, but it's not an applied lip. I found a couple examples. Again, there's a seam running down that, which means it was made all in one. And this one is slightly older because you can see the design, but again, there's a seam running down the side, so not that old. I also found this bottom, which is older. You see how it's impressed like that? That's older. This bottom, which is much older, you can see from the thickness of it. That's a good old beer bottle there. And then the last thing I found was this one, which has the marks on the bottom, but look at that glass. That tells you that is not a new bottle. Now I'm going to have a look as we're detecting and see if I can see any bottles with applied lips. Oh, there's another bottle. Picking up all the ones I could find to see if I could actually find an applied lip so I could show you. Oh, that one looks still got the cork in it. That's cool. We're going to keep that. Let's see. No, there's a seam going right up, but I like that cork, so I'm definitely taking that home. That is cool. Yeah, so if I can find any with an applied lip, I will show you. And if I can't, then I will show you one that I have at home, and we can discuss the differences. But basically, you're looking for that seam. If that seam goes up and over the lip and up onto the end of the bottle, it's not been applied. The applied lips you can usually tell. I mean, this one is. The reason I thought that other one was an applied lip was because it was actually quite uneven, but that's obviously just the mold. Applied lips, yeah, they look like they've been glued on by a kindergartner or a toddler. Anyway, so let me stop yapping. Let's get out. Let's see what's under that sand. So here we go. We have got the Simplex, as you can see. Hopefully we can get that glare to go away. That we have 4 bars on the battery. I am 1 down off the full sensitivity because I have no idea what this site's going to be like. We have the big boy coil on even. It's already registering some iron. It's on field, but I'm going to turn it off of that. I'm going to turn it on the beach because there is salt water in this ground and that is going to throw our signals. I will do a ground balance, and I do have my headphones on so you're not hear her chattering. And to answer a question I have been asked, wait, let me just turn you around just quickly. Right, so to answer a question I have been asked, I have been told that my father-in-law is purchasing me a Legend. When they're actually going to be available for sale, I don't know. I haven't been offered one by Nokta Makro or anyone else, so I am relying on the same as you guys and having to just get one off the market. So I have been told that Gavin is looking for who's got them for sale, and father-in-law intends to purchase one. So I will have a legend at some point, which will be very, very interesting to cross between the Equinox and the Simplex. Should suit me down to the ground, but I do not have it yet, and we'll just take that as it comes, and I will make videos with it. I can't go back to the start of being an absolute newbie to metal detecting, but then I don't suppose anybody that's an absolute newbie to detecting will be having a legend because they're not in that price bracket. So I will be coming at it as a Simplex guru or expert, and moving on to another Nokta Makro machine. So we'll just see how it goes. And yes, I know I probably look like, you know, the Yeti here, but it's actually quite cold today, so I have many layers on so that I do not freeze, although I am losing the feeling in my fingers. So shut up, Laurie, and get on with it. Go tell us what's under the sand, for goodness sakes. Right, okay, let's go. Okay, so I have ground balanced the machine on a clear bit of sand. I'm not really sure how long this video is going to be, because look, just in that time I was yapping to you, I have lost a fair bit of my sand. There is some more up there. We can go and try. So anyway, I have put it onto beach, as you can see, or maybe you can't because that glare. I can't see with my camera. Anyway, it is on beach, I promise you. There we go. And as I said, I'm a bar off of full sensitivity. I have ground balanced her, and I have turned off the headphones so that you can hear. So, first signal that I have found. Pretty solid 26, 27, two directional, goes up to 35 there, definitely right there, but the tide's coming in very quickly. I'm going to turn this off and I'll show you what it is. Just wanted to show you that signal. Right folks, so I dug a merry hole over there, but the tide defeated me. I couldn't get to it, and as I'm wearing my brand new Christmas boots, yeah, the family would kill me if I got them in the salt water. So I have left them. I have found something else. This is above the tide line. This is, where'd she go? Coming in, there we go, 68, 70. Dropping that down, yeah, it's going up a little bit there. No idea what it is. Let's have a little looky. I definitely think I probably need the small coil on this beach. There's too much iron and it's just too jumpy. I was looking to see if that's an old brick, but it is not. It is just a fractured piece of sandstone. So yeah, let me pinpoint this, dig it up, and we'll see what this is. At least we're racing that tide. Quick, quick, stop talking. So when I dug that signal out, there was a bunch of rocks there, and I thought, uh-oh, and the signal changed and it dropped down to a 20 odd, and that's because the signal was changed for the machine by number one being under a rock and number two the salt in the sand, and it turns out that it's a nasty piece of aluminium. Blech. I thought it might be a can because it was coming in at that low 70 mark, but you always have the chance that it's a pound coin or something else, so you have to give it a go. The tide is coming in very fast. That's where I was just digging, that was all nice and high and dry, and the other place I was digging is now well underwater. So I'm gonna go and look up there. I think there's a traffic cone up there, but I see a tiny little patch of beach at the base of that wall, so let's go see if we can find somewhere we can dig. Let's go. So I didn't get you out to see this signal because it was a low 70 and it was a little bit bouncy, and I have found one thing, that these ring up an absolute solid 65 on this beach. Now number one, it's aluminium, so it's going to be a sweet signal, and number two, it is round, just like a coin, just what your detector is programmed to find. So there are a lot of these. They liked their Dewar's whiskey on this beach, possibly coming off of the ships, who knows, but there's a lot of this and they're ringing up exactly 65. So this one was kind of under a rock and I thought, yeah, I'm just going to dig it up and see. But if you have a look, you can see there, it is a coin here. But it does have concretions on it, so that might have an iron core. Let's yeah, pop that off. Are we a 2p? What are we? Let's see. Oh, I can't see. Can't see. It's got that look of a 2p about it. and we know that they bleed out their innards because they have that iron core, but I don't know, this one doesn't seem like it is it's broken. So I'm going to take down the water and give it a little swish, and then we'll see. Okay, so that is exactly what this is. It is a 2P, a modern 2P that has the iron core that, as it has sat in this salt water, it has bled out. There is enough copper in it that the machine's picking it up as around in the ground, but unfortunately it's not a good one. However, that does mean that there are coins in here, so we just have to find the ones that aren't modern and aren't trash. So, tide's not in yet. I'm still working my way along. Fingers crossed. Okay folks, you can't get much more rock solid than this, so let me just show you. That is a very, very happy machine. Having said that, it's still doing it way up here. I'm betting you it's the bottom of an aluminium can. But on the off chance it's not, let's have a dig of it and let's have a look. And I'm going to put the machine down because I've actually just spied something out the corner of my eye that I want to show you. Look at this. Now, that is a really old bottle because that's where it was, I forget what they call it. It's got a very particular name. I'll have to look it up and put it on the video afterwards. But look at that little dimple. That tells you that's a bottle going back to probably the early mid 1800s, possibly even down into the 1700s. So that's quite nice. But you're not here for the bottoms of bottles. You're here for digging up the metal. So let's get on with it and find out. Okay, so not the bottom of the can, not the top of the can. Looks like it was either some sort of blackening or some sort of, I don't know, some sort of little metal aluminium container for something. But as you can see, round aluminium, ugh, horrible stuff. And wasn't very deep. Got it up with the digging knife, but you're just gonna have to dig them, I'm afraid. There is just not even any way to discriminate this stuff out. So, but I lifted the coil, it stayed reading it a foot off the ground, which gave me a heads up that it probably was going to be some sort of can item because it was still finding it. So it's the bigger the item, the stronger the signal. You know, a coin, if you're a foot off the ground, it's probably not still going to give you a strong reading. Having said that, I am using the big coil, so it could have done. But, oh, okay, well, the spit is going. Let's get down there. Well folks, I have to admit today's been a bit of a bust. Nothing but aluminium out here. But I think it's because I'm on the deposition line, the tide is nearly in. I had to watch being able to get back to the track to the car. I think if the tide was out further and you could get away from where everything's getting washed up, you might find stuff out further out, but I can't get to it today. I have found weird and wonderful aluminium in every sort of shape and number possible, of course. Hello bird. I did find something interesting. Ruth, look away now. It's not iron, but just look away now. It's a really cool piece of very thick glass. It's round. I don't know if it was part of a big bottle or I don't know. What do you guys think? Unfortunately, I did scratch it with the digging tool because I didn't know it was down. I was actually looking for a signal and came across it, and you can see that in the light. So I did scratch it with the digging tool. Unfortunately, I didn't know what I'd do with it anyway, but I just thought it was cool, and I figured I'd show you guys. So there we go. We'll leave it on the shore where it came from, and I'll just pan around behind me again so you can see the absolutely stunning landscape. And even if we didn't find anything at all with our lovely, where is she? I can't find her in the viewfinder. There we go, with our lovely detector. Even if we didn't find anything at all, you know what? I got outside, I got my hands in the dirt, or the sand even. The ozone, the salt from the water, the fresh air, the connection again, and the mindfulness, because you have to concentrate on what you're doing when you're detecting, and yeah, all those things that percolate around in the back of your mind, and everything that's going on in the world, your own personal life, what we've just come out of with the C word, you know, all of it. It's just really good to get outside, really good to get to the salt air if you can. If you're in Britain, you're not more than 45 minutes from the coast, or 45 miles, can't remember which, but it's not far. Get yourself to the coast if you can, get to that sea. It just does you the world of good. And you can feel the wind on your face and the sun is out, look at that. The sun on your face, and you're alive. It's good. Life is good. And yeah, so I'm going to sign off now. I'm hoping to get back out onto a field or something soon, so that you've got more interesting things to look at than just rubbish from a beach. I would say to you, if this is the only kind of thing you can get to, because you're new to detecting, you have no permissions, you have to go to a beach, it's a shingly beach, persevere. Take all that aluminium out, go over it and over it and over it and over it, and once you've got rid of that, you can actually hear the other signals. This one's not local to me. It's not one I'm going to be, you know, needing to stay on. But if it's what you have, clear it. Get it cleared. No matter what you've got, get it cleared of the junk, and then you can hear the beautiful signals underneath, if they're there. And hopefully they are for you. So please take care of each other. Please stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.